We open on a hand breaking through dark water, desperate and reaching for something, anything to hold on to. Drowning not in water, but in life itself. Her phone glows at 3 in the morning, showing 47 missed calls she cannot bring herself to answer. Her apartment floor is covered with rejection letters, hundreds of them crumpled and scattered like fallen leaves in autumn. The refrigerator holds nothing but expired yogurt and old condiments, and when she looks in the bathroom mirror, her reflection stares back at her broken into 7 pieces by the cracks in the glass. An eviction notice slides under her door, red and urgent, but she just stares at it without moving. Rain pours through a hole in her ceiling onto her face as she lies in bed, and on the windowsill sits a dead plant, forgotten and withered just like her dreams. Then something shifts when she discovers an old photograph buried under the debris of her life, showing a version of herself she no longer recognizes, a Maya who smiled freely and believed in tomorrow. Tears fall onto the glossy surface as she holds it, and she almost crumples it in her fist but stops herself at the last moment. Dawn light pierces through her blinds, creating a cross pattern on the wall, hitting her closed eyes until they flutter open with something new flickering inside them. One bare foot touches the cold floor, the first intentional movement she has made in days, and she picks up that eviction notice, reading it fully, this time with determination instead of despair. She begins to clean, pouring old food down the drain and scraping mold from containers in a cathartic purge of everything rotten in her life. She finds a dusty journal with blank pages waiting to be filled and writes 2 shaky words that change everything. Day 1. She tapes that old smiling photograph to her cracked mirror as a reminder of who she is fighting to become, then forces herself under a freezing cold shower, mouth open in silent shock, feeling alive for the first time in months. Stepping outside her apartment, the sunlight blinds her and overwhelms her senses, but she keeps walking until a single autumn leaf drifts down and lands perfectly in her open palm like a sign from the universe. She stands at the bottom of a massive stone staircase in the park, hundreds of steps stretching above her, and she takes the first one. The next morning she manages 2 push-ups before collapsing on the third, but 2 is better than 1. She walks past a coffee shop with a help wanted sign in the window, stops, stares, and keeps walking because she is not ready yet, but she circles back and stands there longer, battling herself. Her hand reaches for the door handle and pulls back. Not yet, not today, but in her journal, she writes day 7 almost, because almost is still progress. 3 push-ups now, on a floor that is cleaner than before, and she lies there breathing hard but smiling. She pours water on that dead plant even though it seems foolish, nurturing something already gone. But then the impossible happens, and a tiny green shoot pushes through the soil, proving that life finds a way. Finally, she enters that coffee shop, the door chime announcing her arrival as customers turn to look, and she freezes under their gaze, but does not run. The application form shakes in her trembling hands as she fills it out, and sliding it across the counter feels like handing over a piece of her soul. Walking home in the rain, she smiles for the first time because she is proud of herself for trying. 5 push-ups become 6. Then her phone buzzes with an unknown number and her heart pounds as she answers, and moments later, she pumps her fist in her empty apartment because she got the job. Her first day in a coffee shop apron, terrified but present behind the counter, ends in disaster when she spills coffee everywhere and a customer glares at her with annoyance. She mops the floor alone after closing, replaying her mistakes, but she is still here and still trying. Day 30 arrives, and she writes, "I did not quit," because those words mean everything. 10 push-ups with perfect form, an elderly customer smiling warmly at her, 3 leaves on her plant, rent paid at the last second with crumpled bills, and when she looks in that cracked mirror, her shoulders are back, and her chin is up. Then another rejection letter arrives for a different dream job she applied for secretly. She skips her morning push-ups and stays in bed staring at the ceiling while her plant starts wilting again because she forgot to water it. She burns a customer's order, the smoke alarm beeping as the manager approaches, and shame floods through her. Walking home, she passes a window and sees her old defeated self reflected there like a ghost, a warning, a choice she must make. She sits on a park bench as night falls, frozen in doubt while the city lives around her, and when rain begins, she does not seek shelter, but lets it wash over her. Pulling out her journal with wet pages, she reads her old entries and sees day one written in shaky handwriting, remembering who she was becoming. She stands up in the storm with rain plastering her hair to her face, because she has made a decision, and she is not going back. 20 angry push-ups the next morning, channeling frustration into power. She waters her plant urgently, saving what she almost killed, and at work she finally perfects a heart shape in the foam of a latte. A customer photographs her creation with her proud face visible in the background. She applies for another job even though rejection still stings because that is who she is now, someone who keeps trying. Day 60 and she writes I fell and I rose because that is the truth of transformation. She fixes one crack in her mirror with tape, reconnecting one fragment because she cannot fix everything but she can fix something. A new photo joins the old one, a recent selfie where her eyes are different, alive and fighting. 30 push-ups without stopping, sweat dripping, muscles now visible. A jar fills with coins and bills, the future becoming tangible. Her plant blooms a single purple flower, impossible beauty from certain death. The manager hands her a raised notice, and her eyes widen at the numbers. She fills her refrigerator with fresh food, colors everywhere, and cooks herself a real meal, eating alone but completely content. An interview outfit lies on her bed with tags still on, and she cuts her own hair with confidence in the bathroom mirror, creating a new look for a new chapter. She walks into a glass tower building, seeing her reflection in the doors, a small figure facing a big moment. In the interview room, all eyes are on her, but her posture is perfect, and the scared girl is gone. She presents ideas with confident hand gestures, passion and expertise flowing from her, then walks out unable to read their faces, but knowing she showed up fully. Day 90, and she writes whatever happens I am proud, because she has learned to value the process over the outcome. Her last day at the coffee shop, regulars wave goodbye because she built a community and she mattered there. An email notification lights up her phone with a subject line that reads congratulations on your, and she screams pure joy into a pillow, kicking her feet in celebration. A nameplate reading Maya sits on a desk in her new office, her space, her place, hard-earned and precious. Her first morning in the new role, she ignores the elevator and takes the stairs just like that staircase in the park. She mentors a nervous new employee, becoming the calm presence someone else needs, and her window has transformed into a small indoor garden full of blooms. She moves into a better apartment carrying boxes into a building with working elevators and intact windows. The old photograph finds its place on a new, uncracked mirror. Tradition continued. 100 push-ups in morning light, a century of movements, the impossible made routine. She receives an award at a company event, standing on stage with a trophy in her hands as the crowd applauds and she freezes in disbelief. Day 365, and she writes read this when you doubt, addressing her future self, preserving wisdom for harder days ahead. She returns to that park staircase from the beginning, but now she stands at the summit looking down at how far she climbed. A struggling person appears below her and Maya reaches out her hand to help them up, the cycle continuing, hope being transferred to another soul who needs it. The final image is a close-up of Maya's eyes, the same eyes from the beginning but transformed, and as we zoom out we see her smiling at sunrise with the whole city spread behind her, the journey complete, the story told without a single word spoken, proof that one person can rise from the bottom to the summit through nothing but determination, discipline, and the courage to take one more step when everything inside screams to give up.